Hello everyone, this is me Satya here, and I'm taking your third week of December reading, start from the 15th through the 21st of December 2019. This is going to be for the sign of Capricorn, so let's see what's coming up for Capricorn for this week time. While I'm shuffling the cards, let me remind you, it is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone out there, so just pick whatever is resonating with you in your situation and leave the rest. For a personal reading, you can definitely reach out to me on my email ID in the description box. All personal readings are done within 24 hours of the time you know from the time you send me the payment proof. So yeah, if you want your reading done, you can reach out to me. Check the description box for the readings that I offer and for other services too, in the description box. So yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram where I do upload daily readings. If you have not followed me yet, you can do that as well. Let's begin. Let's see what's coming up for Capricorns for this week time. The Tower, paired up with Four of Pentacles, paired up with Knight of Wands and the Strength. Underneath the deck you do have Eight of Pentacles. Underneath that, Four of Swords. Underneath that, Seven of Wands. It seems like somebody is taking a step back. It's definitely you. I don't know. It's more like, you seems like you're not ready for something, and it's like, you are, it's like, you jumped into it and you felt like you can make it happen, but then it was more like a, chaotic situation for you. It was more like a um it was more like a headache to you. Whatever it was that you started, whatever you thought you can make it happen, whatever you thought you can make it work, you are, just bouncing back is what I'm picking up. It's like, you didn't realize what it would require of you, and you just jumped into it, and now you're jumping back out, and it's like, and once you're out of it, you're like, like, thank God I just, pulled myself back, because this is something which I cannot handle right now. So that's exactly what I'm picking up. Like, you really need to work on something before you can go for it again. And I'm picking up that energy pretty much for most of you in your love life. It seems like, something you did recently. It could be like, it could be anything. Like, maybe you reconciled with an ex of yours, and you are like, oh my God, that was a mistake. Maybe that's something which I'm, which I just described. For others of you, it could be like, maybe you just got into one relationship out of nowhere, and it was like, something that you were dying to have, and you thought that it will kind of, bring you happiness. It could bring you this and that, and once you did that, once you got into this relationship, you realize that it's not as fun as you thought of it to be. So you there and then pull yourself out of it. But once you pull out of, out of the whole situation, you are going to kind of, miss the fun. It's like, maybe you got into one relationship after a long period of time, and it's like you forgot how it is, or how it can be, when in terms of responsibilities, in terms of your, maybe you felt like, the person is getting too much for you. Maybe you felt like you are getting too much for them, and it's like, you just felt there is some sort of mismatch there, and you kind of, pull yourself out of it. But the moment you did that, you are going to feel like, no, I think I was happy in there. So it's going to be like, that kind of, you know that kind of a war, the conflict, it's more like a war. Like, conflict is something very little. I feel like, it's going to be kind of a inner war that you have to kind of, deal with right now, because it seems like you really want it, but at the same time you feel like, I don't want it. Like, maybe it gets a bit too tiresome for you, maybe it gets a bit too demanding for you. Maybe there is something that you find a midway between, between the two extremes, maybe. So again, I feel like, you are going to jump into it, and then you are coming out of it quicker. Like, it's going to be like, maybe within a week time you would feel like, oh my God, this is something which I cannot deal with. Like, that kind of energy is what I'm picking up. Somebody getting the panic attack, somebody getting the anxiety attack, somebody getting the, like, the feeling like, oh my God, it got a bit too much, I really need to pull myself out of it. So that's what you're going to be doing. But the moment you're going to do that, you are going to feel attracted, or you are going to feel pulled towards the same thing again. So it's not going to end. Like, you really have to deal with it, or try a midway between the two extremes. Maybe, taking slow steps towards it. Maybe, maybe you started talking to this person 24/7. Maybe it's like, just talk to this person. Don't cut this person out of your life. Talk to them for maybe, thrice a day. Like maybe, text them up, and thrice a day. Maybe you talk to them once, and then you keep, staying in touch with them all the other, the rest of the time. So just try to find a midway, because I feel like you really want it, but at the same time, maybe it's because of the time that, maybe you have been single for quite some time, so it's like, it's getting a bit, the whole feeling or the whole thing is basically, alien to you right now, or it's something that very, I feel like, your life is pretty much busy in a way or two, and this something new adding into your life is making you feel um, uneasy, I would say, and you are unable to figure out, like, what is it like that you are going through, or that you are feeling, right now. That's why you kind of, pulled yourself out of it without giving it a thought. And once you are pulling yourself out of it, once you have done that, it's like, I would recommend, if that has not happened yet, trust me, don't use any harsh words with this person. Don't tell them that fuck off or stuff like that, because you are going to go back to them again. That is coming up very strongly. I don't see this as somebody from your past. I do see this is somebody you met recently. You started talking recently, and now you're feeling like, they are a burden or something, or maybe they are getting a bit too much for you to handle. Maybe they are too demanding or something. So it's like, that feeling. I don't see that this is happening with an ex of yours, because if it was your ex, you wouldn't be feeling like, going back to them right now. So I feel like, it's somebody new, but you really want to go back to them, and you really want to communicate with them. But again, just let it build. Like, just take it one step ahead at a time. Don't kind of, pull, just jump into it and then feel like, jumping out of it. So just take one step ahead with this person, and try to try to talk things out, rather than, rather than, getting panic about the whole situation. Yeah. Let's take one card from the Romance and Draco cards. Let's see what else can we get for you for this week time. Ta-da! Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Maybe for some of you, you could be okay, hold on. For some of you, the thing that I just mentioned, maybe your work routine has become so consuming or hectic, that you are taking your anger out on this person. It's like, it's making you feel very like I said, tiresome for some of you as well. So it's like, again, don't pull yourself out of this relationship too soon, because you are going to go back to them again. So just don't do that. Take your time. Let this person take their time, because if their energies are reversed, do know that the person is working too, and they don't have just you in their life. Just give them the space that they need. And if you are a cross watcher watching it, then you need to give the space to the Capricorn, because maybe they are having a busy schedule at their workplace. So try to understand whatever it is. And again, don't be a burden to a person, be that you, the Capricorns, or be that the cross watcher. So yeah, try to kind of, understand each other's situation in this particular, during this particular week. So yeah, that's pretty much it coming for you for this week time. If the reading resonates with you, to like, subscribe, and share. If you are willing to get a personal reading, you can always reach out to me on my email ID in the description box. Till I do the next reading for you people, take care. Bye bye.